Oh, it's 2v1! It's 2v1! It's 2v1! Oh, he missed it!
Dude, welcome back to Hanging Out with the Dudes on the Dudes in Sports Podcast. I'm your host, PC, and we've got another great show for you today. But as always, let's go around and see what the dudes are up to. So first, the main man from way out west, Mr. P4, how are we doing today, sir?
Hello, folks.
Mr. K-Stelt, sir, how are we doing today?
I'm back. You guys can't tell, I'm moving out of this apartment. School's over. Getting out of the old Warrensburg town. It's the most beautiful city you've ever seen in your life. Palm trees, just blue oceans everywhere.
Yeah, clap it up for the graduate right there. Good job, congratulations. Great job. We'll see how well he does in the workforce. If you see him around, definitely watch out. But let's go to the other guy from Missouri, Mr. Howard, sir. What's up?
Sir, it is an honor to be here tonight. I have been doing well. It's been pretty busy around the St. Louis area. I've been doing a lot outside of the place and being busy, but I've been watching sports and keeping up too. So I'm excited to get my thoughts out on here and what's happened for the playoffs, both NHL, NBA, Champions League. There's a lot going on right now, and I'm excited to break a lot of it down.
Yeah, absolutely. Speaking of NBA, that's a great segment right into our first part today. It's going to be talking a little bit of NBA playoffs. So, what we got here first, okay, is the first round is now officially over. So, you had the Oklahoma City Thunder, okay, beating the Pelicans in 5 games. You had you know what, hold on. Actually, let's just... Terrible. Just awful. They got swept by the T-Wolves. That's, we can just not even have that on the podcast anymore. That's just a joke of a franchise right now. Some great series came down. We had one Game 7 with the Orlando Magic and the Cleveland Cavaliers. But obviously there's a few of the guys. We'll go over and look at our brackets here in just a second. But I kind of wanted to go around. Start off with Mr. Howard. What was the best part of the first round for you?
I just could not get enough of the Knicks and Sixers series. I talked with one of my friends actually about it a couple nights ago, and we were both like, we could watch any more games of that series. Like, there was so much good stuff, and like, at the very end, they were able to limit Maxey, and I thought Embiid on one leg did a phenomenal job throughout the series. I mean, he had a huge performance one of the early games. And he just did well to support them. Maxey was the star of the Sixers though, and he did his best. But the Knicks team right now is super just fiery, and that's definitely been that was easily my favorite part for round 1. Now that it's all over, so I would say that.
Yeah, the Knicks series was pretty great. I thoroughly enjoyed it myself. Jalen Brunson looking up in the rafters and seeing the 2016 Villanova championship, as they're closing out Game 6. Pretty special stuff there. So, Mr. K-Stelt, sir, do you have anything that you enjoyed? Did you watch the playoffs at all? How we feeling about it?
Yeah, I watched the Clippers go against the old Mavericks. Clippers. I mean, they had a good shot run, and then it's like, what went down? Kawhi with an injury. PG-13, I don't think he had a bad series. Russell Westbrook is just stinky. He was stinky. And also, let's not underestimate the Mavericks. Luka Doncic is a stud, and Kyrie Irving became Kyrie Irving again, Uncle Drew, like we all know him to be. So, proud of the Mavs. Hopefully they can get by the hot Thunder right now, but it's looking like a cool, the West is looking very, very, very hot right now.
We're going to move on now a little bit to some NHL hockey time right now. Mr. Stelting was screaming his head off because of the Carolina Hurricanes, but let's go to Mr. Howard here real quick. Want to give us a little bit of the rundown of the NHL playoffs? You're kind of our guy there.
Yeah, it's been In my case, I guess it's been unfortunate because the Nashville Predators got out by the Vancouver Canucks, which I think we saw a lot of good from the Predators. Nashville Predators series, but at the same time, Nashville definitely needs to get a good direction on their young goalie and just kind of good direction on their defense because the fire's there. It's just got to grow. So, just like the Titans, hopefully they get their stuff fixed over the offseason. But otherwise, the Maple Leafs and Bruins series is pretty nuts. I like 7 games, and Maple Leafs just can't escape the first round, man.
That's such a heartbreaker, man, especially against Boston to lose in Game 7.
Yeah,
Man.
and they didn't have like Austin Matthews and Nylander came back, and it was rough. Like Boston's
Go
that team, you
figure,
just
though,
don't want
it was
something like
Toronto.
that to happen. Yeah, it's just they're the Yankees of like the sport, or like the Cowboys, I should say. But at the same time, like there's really good stuff. My prediction so far with the Hurricanes and Stars making the final is still holding strong. I guess because the Canes moved on, but the Rangers are a good team and they're giving them a good battle right now. But Stars moved on over through Vegas, so their path, I think that they're the most physical team in the playoffs. So yeah, if I guess unless the Hurricanes make it to the finals and face them, it'll be interesting in that case. But I really like Dallas, and it's been fun to watch. It's been close games, game winners, all that kind of sort of stuff you like in the hockey playoffs. Hockey's always a fun sport.
Yeah, 100%. Hey, we were talking about the Carolina Hurricanes, and Mr. Stelting, if you pay attention early in the pod, was absolutely losing his mind over the Hurricanes. So, Mr. Stelting, sir, how are your Hurricanes? How are you feeling? Moving on to the next round.
Yeah, we moved on to the next round. We lost game 1 to the Rangers. Now we're in overtime with the Rangers right now at home. I will say. Yeah, I was screaming because we got a penalty in the last minute 30, which means Rangers had a power play, and we had a chance to score. And then at the end, the Rangers almost scored. So that's why I was losing my mind. But right now they're going through the overtime period to see if we will win the game. So, hi guys, I'm just ahead right now.
I've been looking a little bit here at the NHL here, and the Panthers are going to be a real big contest for those Boston Bruins, man. I mean, they killed the Lightning. I mean, and they're going to be really, really tough. And then we can obviously talk a little bit about the Canucks since they beat Mr. Howard's Predators a little bit. They're going to be going up against the Oilers, which honestly is kind of cool to see the Edmonton Oilers up this far. It's kind of a team that sneaks through sometimes, but really doesn't get a lot of fame, at least around my area. But it's other places. Obviously, Edmonton. If we got any fans of Edmonton, shout out Oilers. But let's move on a little bit from the coldness of the hockey ring to the nice spring football pitch, as they like to call it over there. We're going to talk a little bit of Champions League here. Obviously, you got a little bit. We have a few soccer fans here. Obviously, Mr. P4, or sir, what is your team again?
Real Madrid. I'm a Real Madrid guy. We're going into the second leg, and real excited. After PSG lost, we're waiting for Mbappe hop over to the Spanish side.
Yeah, Real Madrid is going to be awesome. Mr. Howard, sir, how remind the fans who your team is, and then you can also talk a little bit about the Champions League since you're probably the most invested out of all the dudes in the Champions League.
So my team is actually not been involved with the Champions League this whole time this season. They will be. They should be next season, but Liverpool has they had a bad year last year, and in Klopp's last season, this season they had a shot first, and it just seems like they're falling off and just got no shot at this point. So it's pretty tragic in that case for Liverpool. to go in, but still got to support Liverpool. We're getting a new coach from the Dutch league, actually, which is pretty cool. I really like a lot of how their style is and everything. Very fast moving the ball. It looks like a lot of goals are going to be scored. So that's going to be fun, and I'm really excited what we get to see out of our new coach. And at the same time, like, it's sad to see Jurgen go, but going back on the Champions League side and trying to get out of there, we have a nice Final Four after a crazy quarterfinals, and I really had an enjoyable time watching Atletico Madrid and Dortmund, and also there were just so many crazy things going on. Man City and Real Madrid, Bayern, Arsenal was a bit tough, and yeah, just everything battled. PSG and Barcelona, PSG bottling. But then, yeah, as this is being recorded today, PSG got booted out by Dortmund, and Dortmund just really locked things down. Mats Hummels, old as hell, but still going off and being a just baller on that defensive side. And Jadon Sancho, I've really been impressed with. He had a hell of a game the first leg, and I really just enjoy, like, when he's on his top of the game. He was really good at Dortmund when he was younger. Fell off at United, really, because he was just getting treated poorly, in my opinion. But yeah, so Dortmund's moving on to the finals, and Royce's final hurrah with the team. So that's interesting. Marco Royce, by the way, for those who don't know. And on the other side, like, it's two guys at the bottom's teams, and we'll get to Kyle's maybe in a little bit, but we got Bayern and Madrid, and the first game was nuts. I was actually traveling back from Kansas City to St. Louis while the first leg was going on, and I lost connection, actually, for a little bit, and I saw Vinicius Jr. score on a beautiful pass from Toni Kroos, by the way. That was such a good pass, but yeah, and then things just like flipped around. Bayern got really aggressive and flipped the tide, got a penalty, and Sané scoring. They were just really pushing it after that, and it was really competitive. Vinicius scored a second goal off the pen.
Yeah, I like Vinny getting hot, but if anybody else can step up,
Rodrigo's
obviously
done
the
his thing
pass
too.
and all that, there was some good
Rodrigo's been a
defense
baller.
played and
I
stuff.
really enjoyed Rodrigo.
Yeah, but if somebody can get one in the back of the net, I mean, we're
I
golden.
really like
we're
to see
golden.
the like
Vinny's one of the best
Madrid
players in the world.
defense kind of like get involved in scoring, just like they've done in the past, because they really get aggressive, and anybody can score in that case when Madrid and Carlos Ancelotti's team gets really aggressive.
Yeah, 100%. That sounds, I mean, we'll see what happens in the final. Dortmund moving on with their, coach in his final season is going to be something that's going to be really great. Mr. Stelting, do you want to talk about your team, Byron, or is that a little bit of a touchy-tub subject for you? We just saw your anger when it comes to the Royals, so I don't know if you really want to get into this.
Byron's.
My team did actually make the round of 16. I like Inter. The only reason I liked Inter is because I played FIFA 22, and I would like kick all my friends' asses in FIFA 22 with Inter. So that's the only reason I like them. They made it the final the year prior, but this year, they got bounced by a really good Atletico Madrid team. So it is what it is. They've got a lot of things rolling over there, but unfortunate it didn't get as far as the rest of the dudes. So yeah, well, fellas, got any last remarks for the old crowd here, or we want to go around the world? Who wants to start? Who wants to say their final words?
Well, I'll get things rolling here. I guess we can start off. The weather wasn't too bad after it was like really crazy in the nighttime in St. Louis, but there was like tornado warnings and all that craziness. But it got a little better throughout the day today, and I went outside. It wasn't too bad, and just got to chill around today and just really did well. I actually watched my first EuroLeague basketball playoff game, which was pretty nuts. I saw it on ESPN. They had it when I was just kind of looking through the app, and they had that live, which is pretty sick. And shout out Kendrick Nunn, Heat legend. But you have that and everything else going on in sports, and it's a great time to be a sports watcher right now.
That it is. It seems like the main man from way out west is holding his hand up. Yeah, I'll go ahead and call on you, P4. What's up? What's your last words for the people?
All right, I just want to say that I appreciate everybody listening. Like, subscribe, hit the notification bell. If you want to be a supporter, someone's going to set up a Patreon or something, I don't know. Or just send me money, I guess. I don't know, put it in an envelope. See how far that gets you. Message in a bottle. That would be a cool...
Asterisk next
Wherever you are, find a glass bottle of some sort. Put a couple dollars in there, maybe some quarters. You got some loose change. Throw it in there. Throw it in the ocean. See if it makes its way wherever it may be, to wherever someone else may be.
Vashon Island.
That would be just a fun way to support the podcast.
I couldn't have said it honestly better myself.
Yeah, thank you. Goodbye, folks. Popcorn Kyle.
My anger's fine. Just sometimes I wish my hobby of my interest of or hobbies, whatever you want to call it, was something other than sports, because I get so worked up off of just BS teams. And the only reason this is a hypocritical thing to say is because the Chiefs are fantastic, and it doesn't matter how bad you think they are, they always have a chance to win the Super Bowl. So I shouldn't be complaining about my sports teams. But man, I don't know why it put so much effort into the Royals. They're so disappointing. I just want the Canes to make my night so much better. Just don't lose to the Rangers, please. I can't take another series loss against a team named after a Ranger. Like and subscribe, and just support us, please. Look at my room. I'm moving. I'm doing this for fun because it's cool and I like it, and I'm with the boys. And screw the Royals, bro. Screw MacArthur. Screw Bobby Witt Jr. Just kidding. I love you, Bobby.
Oh, it's always great hanging out with the dudes. I'm your host, PC, and we will catch you next time.
No! It's been 30!